Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Episode number 416. Drink Until You podcast, the only podcast that lasts until the last drop. How the hell is your Sunday going? How the hell was your week? Hope everybody's okay. I hope you're safe out there. I am doing wonderful this week. Thank you for asking. I'm feeling so much better, man. Still got a little bit of the cough. Aside from last night, dude, I guess it's just allergies now. It's like not one thing, it's the other. I just could not stop sneezing yesterday and just like stuffing toilet paper up my nose. But hopefully that's passed. I did take some allergy medicine. I'm not feeling that way so far today, so that's good news. What else? Yeah, just feeling good overall. What I'm drinking for this episode is I actually need to go buy a full bottle of vodka instead of using these. I'm almost out of those little sample bottles, which, I kind of bought the little sample bottles on a whim when I bought my bottle of rum, thinking, I'll try this one, I'll try that one, and it's like, dude, it's vodka, man. Like, it's all the same. You're not going to find one that tastes like superior to the other one, that I know of anyway. So yeah, I did a little bit of vodka. I'm doing my White Russian. Dude, I made this one really good. Really good today. It's like the perfect amount of sweetness, but not overbearing. Nice and creamy. I can taste the vodka, but it's not overwhelming. I think the coffee cancels that. So anyways, that's what I'm drinking. Let's go ahead and have our first drink. If you got them, drinking bottoms up. Cheers, everybody. And this was the first thing I saw this morning when I woke up. I bookmarked it to be sure I wasn't, like half asleep thinking it was real. This came out about 2 hours ago. Tennessee Titans cornerback Darrell Baker Jr. admits he was given a script during camp for the entire season and ordered to follow it. Now, let me tell you where to go find this. Hopefully before it's taken down. I don't know if they'll take it down or not. This is from at the Rubber Duck 79. He's the one that reposted it, and he's actually, I know he's being silly when he reposted it. He said end all pro sports to finish up his tweet with the video. I'm like, dude, you're not going to end the NHL because the NFL doesn't have its shit together. Or actually, the NFL has its shit too much together. You know what I mean? Like, it just really feels, I know baseball's had its drama, basketball, like, we all know. I can't remember specifics with the NBA, but it was something to do with the Sacramento Kings. I can't remember if they were the beneficiary or if they were the ones that got screwed out of that situation. And yeah, the NFL, dude, he's in the video, he literally says when he got the script, it showed that their team is winning 3 games this season. Let's go check there's a good way to get me to check the standings, NFL, and talk about you. More controversy. So let's go look here real quick, because you guys know, dude, I haven't been talking football week to week. I'm just kind of over it at this point, man. Like, it's blasted so much. I mean, even in the off season, dude, like, you got networks just still talking about football. That's all they talk about. It's like, dude, there's other shit in the world, man. Like, I'm not saying football players aren't good athletes. Obviously, there's a great amount of them that are, great athletes. But yeah, in hockey, dude, like every guy. I mean, you're not skating 45-second shifts weighing 300 pounds, man. You know what I mean? Like, I know those guys are strong, but I don't think they exactly adhere to like a strict diet to be that large. They just eat whatever the fuck they want, and then they go to the gym. So, yeah, anyways, to the Titans. Let's see the standings. Yeah. As of today, this is wild, dude. And we all know the playoffs are starting, so the season's over for the Titans. They ended 3-14. How weird is that? And this is kind of more well known now, but The NFL is an entertainment business, just like WWE or whatever they're calling it now. I don't even know. It just looks like W's to me. I don't even see an E anymore. It's just the WW. But yeah, we've all heard that for a while. So pretty wild to actually have a player come out and say he got a script. And he also says, he's not speaking for anyone else. He's only speaking for himself, that he personally received a script. And it's like, dude, it's just, I don't know. It blows my mind. And people will see that video and they'll still go make a bet today. Like, there is no way in hell I'm ever making a bet in football. Never. I wouldn't even do it in hockey. And I feel like hockey's, more true competition. I mean, I'm telling you, dude, I watch games damn near every night, multiple games damn near every night, and it could be the last place team versus the first place team, and the last place team has a chance every night. It's literally, it seems like it's just about who plays better on any given night, which feels like real competition. Now, I'm not saying there's not, I'm not stupid. I know there's some stuff. Humans, just let me break it down this way. Humans will try to find any advantage they can in whatever they're doing, legal or otherwise. And if it's illegal, they'll just plead stupidity and be like, oh, I didn't know I couldn't do that. It's like, really? You didn't know you could miss your receiver by 10 yards by throwing it out of bounds to lose the game? And it was going to pay out? You didn't know that, huh? Okay. So yeah, screw the NFL, dude. I'm not watching any playoffs. There's a bracket going around at my job. I'm not filling that shit out. I don't care. It's a fake. Whoever wins the Super Bowl is a fake Super Bowl winner. Because apparently there's a script. That just blows my mind, dude. I can't believe it. I hadn't looked at the standings until I got on this episode, and sure enough, the Tennessee Titans have only won 3 games this season. Pretty wild. The internet never lies, too, so just take it for what it is. Do your own research. I don't know, man. I don't trust it. Let's go ahead and have another drink. If you got them drinking, bottoms up. Cheers. Oh, my God, I did make that so good. I wish I remembered or wrote down what I did. All right, moving on. State Fair of Texas, I'm seeing now reports coming out. They're saying their biggest goal of next year's fair is to lower the prices, which I think is a great thing. They should have just come out and said that from the start. You know what I mean? Like last year when it was all happening and people weren't showing up to the fair, the state fair is like putting out comments and stuff because people are noticing the low attendance. And, taking to social media about it. Why is attendance so low? Blah, 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 all this and that. And, I'm sure the fair knows. They see the numbers. They crunch the numbers. But they came out last year basically like trying to justify their prices. You know what I mean? And I literally was saying why it wouldn't work. It's not, people aren't going to magically get an extra $200, you know what I mean, to come to the fair all of a sudden just because you're justifying the prices. It just doesn't work like that. So they dealt with the low attendance all year long. And now this year they are talking about strategies to lower the prices. So yeah, you see what we can do when we all band together and we all stop going to shit. What's that chain? I keep this is like a reoccurring theme lately because just with the way the economy is, you know what I mean? Like people are struggling. It sucks, man. Like it sucks to work so hard, but still struggle. Like I totally get it, man. I absolutely get it. I am not immune to the struggle, dude. Like I've been through some years, you know what I mean? But anyway, so yeah, I just think it's awesome that people are banding together and just not doing shit, and it's making a change that which is a weird concept for a business anyway, that Salad and Go, which is basically like a fast food salad, which is very strange. They're basically exiting Texas and Oklahoma because their numbers are just so bad. And partially, it's because it is Texas. People are making jokes like, if you had steak and go, you would in Texas, you'd probably be profitable. But yeah, salad and go, like, yeah, that just doesn't really sound like a. So it's a couple of things. It's the locations they're picking, and on top of that, from what the comments are saying, they're just like opening up locations so fast, thinking it's just gonna boom, that then they open the location and it can't sustain itself, so then they end up having to shut it down. There's one instance, there's a town, it's about 45 minutes away from me. They said they're almost done building the salad and go, and they never completed it and they're never going to complete it because of what's happening now. Like, they're shutting down stores. And I'm not saying they did anything wrong for people to warrant like not going there. I guess the only wrong thing they did was, like I said, just the location, just the area. You're not talking to people who want salads constantly. We want chicken fried steak. We want, steak. Yeah, Texas Road. You're not going to, with the salad and go, you thought you were going to be competitive with the Texas Roadhouse? Are you joking? And then you're popping up stores like, it's just, I don't know. I mean, you got to take a risk. I can appreciate them taking the risk. And it's not like the whole franchise is shutting down, but yeah, man. And that wasn't even like I said, they didn't even do anything wrong. It's just people didn't go there. Therefore, they're worth the dollars. Therefore, they're shutting down locations. Now, where it is taking effect and people are making change are places like Wendy's and McDonald's and stuff. Like, I'm not, Jack in the Box needs to be thrown in there, even though I do love Jack in the Box. But they definitely need to be thrown in that category too. Just for the fact, I'll go ahead and share the story again. From like, I don't know, this maybe happened like a year ago. But basically, I didn't pay for the food, and I ended up like shaking my head like a toddler when she told me the total. And I'm like shaking my head like, no, I'm not giving you my card. And I just drove away. And I just drove away because I know they had already made the food. It's not like I could be like, oh, let me get something else. They've already made the food. They'd be like, man, can you pay for this one? And I'd be like, no, I'm not doing it. So I just would have ended up driving away anyway. But yeah, I get to the window and dude, I'll tell you what I ordered. It's really not that crazy. It was a combination meal with a $3 cheesecake as my dessert that night. So I got their smash burger when it first came out. I always do a large Dr. Pepper. I always do a large curly fries. I love some Dr. Pepper. I'm Texan. And then, like I said, the $3 piece of cheesecake. Yeah, let's just even assume it was $4 piece of cheesecake. And I get to the window and this lady's like $24.96 is my total. I was like, what? And yeah, so the rest of the story happens and I don't pay for it. I go to, ironically enough, since I just shouted them out, Wendy's. And I got 2 fofofos for, what is it? It's $4.33 with tax for one. So yeah, $8.66. I've got it down, bro. It's $8.66 with tax for 2 fofofos. Double Dr. Peppers. Of course, I gotta have my Dr. Pepper after being irritated by Jack in the Box. But yeah, man, people are sick of it, and not only are they sick of it, they're stopping. They're not going to spend the money anymore. I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, why would I spend pretty much $25 in the drive-thru, and I could go sit down in like a restaurant by myself and spend the same and have just way better quality food? Like, it's going to be their downfall, and it's their fault. They're greedy. They know they're jacking up the prices. I'm sorry, but it does not cost $4 for a large little sleeve of curly fries. Dude, those curly fries that are stuffed in that sleeve cost like 20 cents, 50 cents. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm paying $4 for it. But like I said, people are done with it. I'm done with it. You're no longer getting my money. If I hear a price I don't like, I will just drive away. I don't give a shit. And especially if you're not going to tell me the total at the window before you start making it so I can change my mind. Yeah, it's not going to happen. I'm not spinning that shit. I'm not stupid. I will leave. I will get up and leave. Or, like I said, just keep driving. So, yeah, State Fair trying to justify prices last year. Now they're actually taking some action. We'll see what it does. I think the ticket to just get in is reasonable. Last year was the first year they didn't give out tickets to like high school kids or kids in school in general, I think. Oh, no, it was just high school kids. Just for the fact that parents are dropping the kids off, leaving them at the fair, and then they're running crazy in there with no supervision. Which, yeah, I mean, you could say the police are the police shouldn't be raising your children. You should be there to be like, hey, I don't know what they would be doing to terrorize anything. Don't flip that switch to turn off the pirate ship while it's up at the top, okay? I don't know. I don't know what you could do to cause havoc. I don't think that way. So anyways, what else has been going on? Oh yeah, I finally picked up a bass guitar for the first time, and like, dude, I'm not even kidding, probably 3-4 years. And I'm doing that just because I'm starting to like practice for my YouTube shorts. What I'm wanting to do is like just cover maybe 30 seconds to a minute of songs that I like, but there's certain parts in songs that are just, I don't know, it's just the way they sound or the way they move that I just want to focus in on those parts. Like, I'll kind of give you a hint of what I'm working on here that you'll see eventually on my YouTube channel. But I love Taking Back Sunday. There's just this guitar part in one of these songs that I've been practicing lately that I just love. The melody is great, but it's not like he's shredding. He's sitting behind the music, just adding to it, which draws me to the part because he's not being the main focus, but he's just adding so much to the melody that you wouldn't hear, I guess, if you were unless you were listening for it. So, yeah, there's another song by Balance and Composure where the bass guitar kind of takes the lead a little bit more on the bridge part in the song. And I've been practicing that, dude. I got freaking blisters. This is how long it's been since I played a bass. I got blisters on not on my fingers that play the strings, but on my fingers that pluck the strings. I haven't done it in so long. I have like this giant blister on my middle finger. And I busted out that bass, which has the weirdest body shape, dude. Like, me and my dad bought this bass, I mean, 15 years ago. You know what I mean? It's like one of those jazz looking basses. It's got like a wood finish and like a damn near a 24 fret neck. You know what I mean? Like, it's a long, big, awkward son of a bitch. Like, unless you're wearing a strap. And it was kind of, we bought it at the time when they're trying to do shit like that. They're just trying to change up the shape of guitars and bass guitars, so they're trying different shit. This one is just stupid. It's not comfortable. It's just, I don't know what they were thinking. It's made by Yamaha. Just the body shape is like, it's not good enough to just be different. It's like, it's got to be functional. And it doesn't sit on either of my legs right. I almost have to play it like you would a classical guitar. Like, I'm right-handed, so playing a classical guitar, I'd have to put my left foot on a stool and prop up the guitar on my left knee. That's traditionally how you play like classical guitar. That's the only thing that would make playing this bass comfortable, which is stupid, other than a strap. You can't really play it sitting down very comfortably, but standing up is fine. Of course, the strap takes care of all of how it sits. It's just a weird design, dude. I never got it. But I'll tell you what I want now, dude. I went over to my friend, my homie's house the other day, Sid, and she has this bass, and it's a Music Man, but it's like a Music Man miniature version. She got it for her nephew. But dude, I picked that thing up and I kind of played on it for a second. Oh my God. It's basically like the size of a guitar, just a bass. Dude, it was so like lightweight and comfortable. Oh my God. And it sounded not even, you didn't even have to plug it in. Just the strings playing them, not plugged in, nothing on, just sounds, oh my God. I can't even explain it. And the reason I do know that I love these Music Man basses is, one of the bands I grew up on, MXPX, Mike Herrera. That's exclusively what I don't think I've ever seen him play a different bass. I'm sure at shows or something, maybe there's a different tuning, something going on where he's played a different bass. But like that Music Man bass is synonymous with MXPX and Mike Herrera to me. So growing up, seeing that and listening to their recordings, like hearing how smooth and like thick his bass tones were, but also at the same time stringy. I don't really know how to explain it, but I fell in love with the bass sound. Obviously I'd see pictures of them playing live at shows on, in the album covers, and he's always playing the Music Man. I'm like, dude, not only is that a gorgeous bass, but if that's what it sounds like on the recordings, like I gotta eventually. So that's like been a dream bass of mine. And I'm honestly glad I've waited this long to get it, because now apparently, like I said, they have that miniature version, which just feels and sounds and looks just fantastic. Oh my God, I just logged on to Twitter. I forgot to tell everybody it's my 8-year birthday for this podcast. Happy birthday to this podcast. Let's go ahead and have a drink. Cheers, everybody. Sorry, that kind of came out of nowhere. I logged on to Twitter to look at my notes, and that popped up. I've been doing this for 8 years. What have I learned? I don't know. What could I tell a beginning podcaster? I don't know. What do I see happening in the future with this podcast? I don't know. I just like doing it every week. You know what I mean? It's fun for me. Rain, shine, sleet, or snow, in sickness and in health. But yeah, real quick, I'll tell a story about when the very first episode of this podcast. I remember it, dude. It literally was like it was yesterday. I was sitting in my 3-bedroom. I was sitting in my 1-bedroom apartment on the 3rd floor. That's where the 3 came from. And I'm just sitting there, I don't have my kids, and I'm just kind of chilling. It's January 11th. I had to work that day. I came home. I'm just kind of hanging out, and I've been thinking about doing a podcast for so long. I just didn't know how to get started. I didn't have a name. So I end up falling asleep on the couch, kind of thinking about this. And I kid you not, I jolt awake at about 11:15 p.m. at night with the name of the podcast. I'm just kind of like, open my eyes. I'm like, that's it. That's what I could call it. I call it Drink Until You Podcast. And I could have a beer. And I started coming up with this whole concept. And then I'm like, you know what? I should just rip the Band-Aid off, man. You've got the concept. You've got the name now. That's what's been taking me so long, is just coming up with the name for this show. And yeah, so I finally came up with the name. Like I said, I popped my eyes open. I was like, that's the name. I got it. I figured it out. Like I said, it's like 11:15 at night. So I'm like brainstorming there, just laying there after I wake up. And I'm like, why not? Rip the Band-Aid off, do the first one. So I remember, went down to my truck, went to 7-Eleven. And by the time I got there, dude, I'm not even kidding, like picked out my stuff. It was kind of a busy night anyway. But yeah, I had 2 beers in my hand, and it's like 11:55, and I'm standing in that line behind like 2 or 3 people. I'm like, fuck. This is like make or break. thinking, looking back on it, like if my first episode was going to happen, who knows, dude? If I didn't make that episode, or if I got up there at midnight, she's like, I'm sorry, I can't sell these to you, I might not even be doing this 8 years later. You know what I mean? You just never know. So anyways, I made it in time with like a minute to spare. I get my beer home, I press record. And I mean, I literally remember thinking within the first 5 minutes, I was like talking and talking. I was like, hey, I'm not bad at this. This is okay. You know, and I looked down at the timer and it's like 5 minutes had passed. I'm like, dude, this is hard as fuck. How do I talk for 30 minutes? Dude, there's probably so many takes on that first episode, like redos and stuff. But they do exist. Unfortunately, I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. And yeah, the SoundCloud, that's where I started. I started on SoundCloud. I uploaded my first episode, I think that night, after downing my 2 beers. And kind of had the concept and the name. And yeah, for every week after that, I uploaded an episode to SoundCloud. Well, SoundCloud has limited storage. And basically what I think happened was I put out 14 episodes on SoundCloud. Well, I only had room for like, I don't know, 5 to 8 episodes, something like that. Something really small, minuscule. So basically, if I got to episode 9, it would take episode 1 off because I could only have 8 on there. And then when I got to episode 10, it would take number 2 off because I could only have 8 on there. You know what I mean? So those eventually, I think you could probably go back and find maybe episode 14 through, I don't know, 8 or 9, something like that. I don't know exactly. But yeah, as far as the first 5 to 10 episodes, I don't know where to find them, which is really sad to me. You know, because I have done this so consistently. I've never, ever, ever missed a week uploading this podcast, and I'm very proud of that. I love that. And yeah, it's gotten easier over time, of course, dude. Like, time flies now. When I start talking on the mic, it's like I'll look up just like right now, 27 minutes right here. It's like I have so much hockey to talk about tonight, I'm not even going to get to it. But that's how fast it flies. Once you start doing it, you start getting in the rhythm of it. Yeah, and I've always recommended everybody start a podcast. You would honestly be surprised who wants to hear what you have to say about whatever topic you're interested in. You'll get someone from Indonesia listening. You'll get someone from China listening, or you'll get someone from Australia listening, which is baffling. You know, here I am sitting in my house, you know, just sipping on something, and someone across the world's going to consume it here in a couple hours. You know what I mean? It's just wild. But yeah, 8 years, dude. Let's go ahead and have another drink to another 8 years. I don't plan on stopping. I don't have any reason to stop. The funny thing too is my friend was James. I told you guys he was helping me with the YouTube channel. And he's looking at all my profiles and he's like, dude, why did all of these say 7 years old? I'm like, because the show is, 7 years old. And he's like, well, that looks like a 7-year-old's running this podcast. I'm like, shit, I guess I never thought about that. So I had to change up the wording. And I came out with a tweet, like, after he told me that, I was like, I've changed the wording in my bio. I am not a 7-year-old drinking on a podcast. The podcast is 7 years old. It's just that little, but you get limited characters. So you start like cutting corners and like, people will understand what I mean. You know what I mean? And, yeah, it turns out to look like I'm a 7-year-old running this podcast for 8 years. And drinking on top of it illegally. You shouldn't do that. So, yeah, man, I love this. I love what I do. I love talking to you guys every week. Thank you for everybody who's listened, who's ever sent money, who's ever written me an email, who's ever commented on anything I've ever put out. Yeah, there's more to come. I'm still doing the podcast. I'm still doing my YouTube shorts. Playing music, playing video games, following bands, following sports. Dude, all my sports tweets. I had so much to say about Heiskanen and Ottinger, but yeah, we'll have to get to that next week because my 30 minutes is almost up. apparently on accident, I ordered another TV stand from Walmart. It seems like they try to trick you like that. I did have to order a couple of things yesterday, and it's like if you have it in the cart, I mean, it's just gonna, even if you're like save it for later, it just seems like it popped back into my cart when I made a new one. And I thought the total was a little higher than I was expecting. I was like, that's kind of strange, but that's fine. And sure enough, I have another TV stand coming, so that'll be fun to put together today. So that's basically what I'm doing after I stop this podcast. I'm going to get on Twitch later. I'm going to stream some Rocket League. I'm going to play some Red Dead. Not on Twitch, just for the fact that I can't record clips and play on Twitch at the same time. It doesn't let me. I'm going to just basically organize my house, get that TV stand put together, cook some lunch, watch some hockey, of course. I got to watch some hockey. No football for me. No thanks. That's pretty much going to do it for me for the weekend. It's been a good one. I'm just glad I'm feeling better, man. There's nothing like feeling like you have an elephant sitting on your chest and you can't get a full breath, dude. That is the most exhausting, irritating, I can't stand it. So I'm definitely glad to be out of that. But anyways, as always, as I've said for 8 freaking years, don't drink and drive. Treat yourself to an Uber. Treat yourself to a Lyft. Treat yourself to a DoorDash. Waymo is here, 2026. I don't know if it's up and running yet, but it should be soon. I would assume. Just don't drink and drive. It's not worth it. It's not safe. I want to be able to talk in your ears next week, so just be careful out there. But let's go ahead and finish these off. If you got them, drink them. Bottoms up. Cheers. All right, that'll do it for me. Thank you guys for listening. I love you all. I will talk to you next week. Bye.